You do mic test.
Okay. Mic test. Mic test.
Let me see. OK，开始你讲 introduce 你自己讲。
Okay. So, hello everyone. Welcome to the Emergence of China and Hong Kong's New Economy Part 2. Can you hear right? My name is Wanxin, and just a little bit background about myself. So I'm currently working in the largest dealing in what?
你在做 mic test，所以是为什么讲
Mic test, mic test.
OK，再 try 再说。
Okay. So actually, if you can hear my song, you can raise my hands. You can raise your hands.
OK，
Okay, right? Okay, can. Yeah, thanks. So, welcome to the Emergence of China and Hong Kong New Economy Part 2. My name is Wanxin. Just a little bit background myself. I'm now currently working in the largest dealing team in PhillipCapital. And with the 3-year experience in the blockchain industry, I actually have a chance to study more about the recent new trend, new economy, and especially in fintech sector in the Hong Kong markets. Before I start my whole presentation, just a brief introduction about PhillipCapital. So we are an integrated Asia financial house, and we provide several financial services, including securities and the CFD contract for different products. So we are now operating in the 16 countries, and we are trying to expand to more countries. As I mentioned just now, this is a part 2 of the theories. So for those who were not convenient to attend the previous sessions, later we can send. So actually you can, later I will send the link, so you can go to the website for the previous full session recording. Then I will do a wrap up from the start of my presentation. So for the first session of the Emergence of China and Hong Kong New Economy, we discussed this concept. And I believe a lot of people have heard about this term, but they do not really understand. So can anyone guess or can anyone tell me what is a new economy? So you can type your answers in the chat group. Yeah, okay. Actually, I saw like several answers. So for new economy, right, there is no clear definition. For those high growth or cutting edge technology industries can be all considered as a new economy. You can see the biggest word here actually is internet. And why? It is because most growing industries like digital banking, e-commerce, third-party payment are driven by the internet. So yesterday, my colleague Adina actually talked about the IPO and mentioned Ant Group specifically. So Ant Group used to be the finance arm from Alibaba and was named Ant Financial before. And many people knows its payment product called Alipay. However, the company changed its name to Ant Group, not Ant Financial, because instead of making the front-end financial applications, they are now focusing on more underlying technologies. They would like to build the base platform and apply the platform to different businesses, improving the financial inclusion, which is a relatively new concept. Improving the financial inclusion system is one of the main goals that Ant Group aims. So for now, right, I know a lot of people interested in the Ant Group IPO, but the truth is Ant Group IPO details are not confirmed, and we are all waiting for the official announcement. So before my session, I actually sent out an online survey, and I found out very interestingly, fintech is the area that most people are interested in. And today I will bring you guys through the fintech sector and discuss these three specific counters: JD.com, Tencent, and Meituan. So it is very interesting that these three companies started from different industries. So we can see here, JD.com actually originates from e-commerce. Tencent Holdings started with a message app called QQ, while Meituan was doing group buying similar to Groupon. However, now they all have the strategic direction in fintech area. And for each counter, in the following presentation, I will introduce the company history. I will tell you what the company is doing in their fintech application and their future steps as a group company. And in the end, I will also do a very general stock analysis. So let's start with fintech. First of all, we need to understand what is fintech. So I'm not sure if you guys are clear about this concept. Anyone can reply me, like you can type your answers, then I can see the answers. So what is fintech? You can type your understanding in the chat. Yeah, I saw a lot of answers. Yeah, right. Yeah, I saw a lot of people mentioning the fintech is, as the word is organized, is financial technology, of course lah. And I also see people mention cloud, like cloud computing, right? So here are the categories of the fintech. So for this category, right, they do not have very clear boundary. For example, for blockchain, right, blockchain technology actually can be used into payment system. So payment also can be equipped to online banking. So many companies cover more than just one category to build their own ecosystem. And with the rising of the fintech, there are two trending concepts. The first one is, I mentioned in the end group, is financial inclusion. So what is financial inclusion? It is defined as the availability and the equality of the opportunities to access financial services. The four key parts of the financial inclusion are accessibility. So how you access the financial products, diverse and appropriate products, commercial viability and sustainability, last but not least, safety and responsibility. This concept was introduced in 2005 by United Nations, but it only has made big progress in recent years with the development of fintech. The second concept is supply chain finance. So what is supply chain finance? It helped you to view the upstream and the downstream enterprises with a co-corporate as a whole. So basically you see this three company. So the co-enterprise is this one. So it can reduce the financing charge of this supply chain and improve the competitiveness of the co-enterprises and the supporting enterprises. The first company I would like to talk about is JD.com. And I think many people may compare JD.com with Alibaba because they are all start from e-commerce. However, later I will explain to you, actually they are totally different in terms of their business model. Okay, now, anyone want to guess what's JD.com's very first business? Yeah, it's not e-commerce actually. What is their very first business? I saw someone mentioning last mile delivery, engine, retailer, search engine. Okay, so the answer is actually is VCD DVD distributor. So I'm not sure if I'm actually not a lot of people know this know this story. So the very origin business of JD.com actually is VCD and the DVD dealer. So at that time, the founder of the JD, Liu Qiangdong, he rented an office in Z Park, which is a Silicon Valley in China. And in Chinese, we call it Zhongguancun, so in Beijing. So during his business of VCD and the DVD distribution, right, JD actually collected a lot of partnerships with business. So in 2004, based on the partnerships he has, JD actually created an online website to sell products on behalf of their partners. And 3 years later, JD.com was officially launched. However, instead of focusing on the platform itself, JD.com decided to dig into delivery and the logistics. And I saw people actually mention logistics. It's quite famous for JD. So JD.com is the very first company to introduce same-day delivery in the world. So it's for us, we are familiar with Prime now, right? Amazon Prime now. So JD actually is the very first company who introduced this concept, same-day delivery. And in 2008, JD.com started to expand their product range and it became a 3C e-commerce platform. And until now, with more expansion, the product scope expansion, now it covers all consumer products. Okay, so the very first strategic differences between JD.com and Alibaba is the logistics. At the very early stage, Alibaba actually adopted third-party logistic companies, while JD.com managed by itself. So the second strategic differences is their business model. JD.com is providing a platform for companies to sell or sell on behalf of the company. It is called a business-to-consumer model. Normally, we will call it B2C. However, Alibaba begins with Taobao.com, which provides a platform for individual sellers to sell their products to consumers. And it is called consumer to consumer, and normally we call it C2C. I would like to say JD.com was leading in the B2C sector until later Alibaba want to gain the market share and introduce a Tmall to capture in B2C. So in 2019, JD.com actually contributes to 26.59% of the B2C market in China, which is in the second place. As one of the leading group companies in Fintech industry, JD.com set its finance arm as an independent company called JD Finance in 2013. And later, JD Finance changed its name to JD Digits. The story actually is very similar, right? It's very familiar, right? So the finance arm business got independent and changed the name. Yeah, so JD.com and the JD Digits actually has the same relationship as Alibaba and the Ant Group. So currently, JD.com is holding 60.9% shares in JD Digits. So in the later content, I will call JD Digits as JDD. So what is JDD? It is a technology company. JDD focuses on digital technology and help the industry to improve the level of the internet. And the most thing I want to focus and point out is the digitization. So which is now a lot of companies doing. For JDD, it created a very special model called time model. So in this model, right, the company applying the technology into industry and combined to an ecosystem. The three main technologies that JDD focuses on are data science, AI, and IoT, Internet of Things. For JDD, now it's currently listed on Shanghai Stock Exchange. So it's in China market. JDD is not listed on Hong Kong market yet. As we are talking about fintech today, right, I would like to mention on the fintech solutions that JDD has. So, 京东白条 means to spend first and pay later. It's a credit product. And it was the very first credit payment product in China. This product, 京东白条, was launched in 2013. However, Alibaba, the ant Huabei was only launched in 2014. Originally, consumers only could use Baijiao when they are shopping on JD.com. But now, it is not only for online shopping. Jingdong Baijiao is also applicable for offline payment. And you can look at these two cases, the flash payment and the Baijiao credit card. Consumers can add Baijiao function in their app or Huawei or Xiaomi wallet. They also can apply for a Baijiao credit card. And you may wonder why these steps are very significant, right? Then let me explain to you. So normally, when banks assess your credit limit, right, they need your income statement and a lot of like your identification card and a lot of other documents, and it take a long time to assess your credit limit. However, for Jingdong Baijiao, it is not necessary for you to submit these supporting documents. The company can analyze your financial capability based on the data generated from your online shopping pattern and your offline transactions. So it means just one click on the phone, you can get your credit limit. And the collaboration between Jingdong Baijiao and the banks show the mainstream financial institutions are now beginning to accept new ideas. It was a big step for both Jingdong Baijiao and the traditional banks. Currently, for consumers, JDD provides these four main products. So it's JD Jingdong/Fund, which is similar to Yuebao. Then JD Wallet, okay, like same like Huawei Wallet or Xiaomi Wallet or Apple Wallet. Then Jingdong Finance app, one-stop app for consumers to manage their investment, and a lot of companies are doing this also. And JD crowdfunding. So Jingdong crowdfunding, actually, I want to explain a little bit. So for crowdfunding, right, we know it's a lot of people raise fund for a certain product or certain company. However, this Jingdong crowdfunding provide an online platform to serving the startups. The platform helps integrate high quality service resources and provide enterprise level diversified service solutions, bringing the offline industry resources through the online services. And actually, we can find out these four fintech application, these four fintech solutions are not very unique. I mean, Tencent also doing this, Alibaba is also doing this. Then question comes up, what makes JDD different? Yeah, what makes JDD different? In this case, I want to mention this concept, securitization. And JD has the Jingdong Baijiao ABM. First of all, what is a securitization? So this is a process to securitize offline assets. This concept may sound very complicated. I give you an example so you guys can better understand the process. So for example, we have REITs in Singapore, right? So REITs is a product for real estate companies to securitize their physical assets. So it's put their buildings as a security. So this is a REITs product. So this asset-backed note is also a product for non-financial companies. Non-financial companies issue debt financing instruments in the interbank bond market and supported by the cash flow generated by the underlying assets as repayment, and agreed to repay the principal and interest within a certain period of time. And in the other word, in short, this asset-backed note is to securitize assets for non-financial companies like JD. This is the very first batch of China domestic ABN bond pilot projects and the first China domestic internet consumer finance ABN bond. Jingdong ABN uses Jingdong Baitiao's accounts receivable as the basic assets. But actually, this is not the first time JDD tried securitization. The assets securitization products issued or served by JDD are widely recognized in China domestic financial market and have set many records. So until here, I want to mention this one. In September 2016, the ABS, which is asset-backed securities. So what the main differences between asset-backed note and asset-backed securities is that an ABN is issued by non-financial company and the EBS is issued by financial company. Yeah. So in September 2016, the ABS cloud platform provided by JDD was launched. And this means JDD officially exporting digital asset services capabilities to the financial market. So far, this cloud platform has provided service to more than 20 investment institutions and 100 asset owners. This actually propelled JDD to become the very first non-financial company to issue the ABN. However, of course, Fintech is not the only focus that JD.com as a group company pays attention on. At the introduction of JDD, I mentioned that JDD is implementing TIE model and building infrastructure for different industry. And this JD Health actually is the one recently split from JD.com and will IPO later on the Hong Kong market. JD Health is considered as one of the main next steps for JD.com as a whole. It started operations in 2014 and launched JD Pharmacy in 2016, launched online consultation services in 2017, and completed the very first online medical insurance payment on the platform in 2019, and launched family doctor services in 2020, and providing a lot of kind of family-oriented health management portfolios. It can be seen from here, the development history, that since the establishment of JD Health, the business scenarios have been continuously extended. Therefore, the circle loop of doctor, pharmacy, and medical insurances has basically been realized through retail pharmacy business and online medical and health services. And good to mention, in 2019, JD Health, Alibaba Health, and the Ping An Good Doctors revenue were 10.84 billion, 9.6 billion, 5.07 billion respectively. So from the number we can see, JD Health actually is ahead of the other two. But overall, although JD Health has realized the closed loop of this very ecosystem loop, it still uses pharmacy retail as its main source of income. If the company wants to truly grow into a health management platform, it still needs to take a long time and need to take much more resources to invest it in. Okay, so let's come to this chart. I believe a lot of people actually are waiting for this chart, right? So this stock analysis is provided by our in-house equity research team. So Phillip Securities research team. So we can see here, JD.com actually debuted in the late June and early July, and later indicated a strong upside after the stock rallied to form a wave. However, now JD.com may face a very tough resistance at this resistance area. Yeah, so it's the red area we can see here. So this resistance area is at Hong Kong dollar 323 level. So what are the two possible situations may happen after reaching this resistance zone? The first possible situation is if the price is strong enough to pass this resistance zone, we can look at the stock beyond Hong Kong dollar 350. However, there's also another situation. So if the price still cannot overcome the resistance, right? The fourth wave will continue. And from this chart was updated on yesterday morning. So yesterday, JD.com closed at 316.8 Hong Kong dollar. And for now, actually, it's still need strong energy to pass this resistance zone. So if you are holding JD.com stock, actually, you can try to open a short position at this level to hedge your holding risks. So how to open a short position? You can, of course, in Hong Kong market, you cannot short stocks, so you can use contract for difference to open a short position to hedge your holding risk. Yeah. So these are the two situations that JD.com, the stock price, may face in the short recent now. After JD.com, right, the second company I would like to talk about is Tencent Holdings. I believe a lot of people know about QQ and WeChat. These are the biggest messaging app and social platforms in China. QQ is the origin product that Tencent innovated. And after the success of QQ and WeChat, Tencent actually caught the gaming trend in 2007. So in 2007, actually game is still a niche market. But Tencent successfully to invest in gaming industry very, very early. And now Tencent invested in both computer games and mobile games. There are two core models for its game businesses. The first model is to design and launch game by itself. So it's to do as a game producer, and it's very simple. It's a very simple business model as a game producer. And the second model is to become the game agent. As we all know in China, right, if we want to play game, if we want to enter in China game market, you need to find a partnership. So actually, Tencent is the major game agent for a lot of foreign games in China. Games like League of Legends, FIFA, and Crossfire are all under Tencent in China. However, it is not enough. Tencent has been keeping investing in overseas gaming companies since the past 10 years. The first manufacturer to be included in Tencent was Epic Games. And in the following 7 years, Tencent successfully invested in Blizzard and CJ Games, Riot, Supercell, Ubisoft, and Bluehole Studio. I believe if you play game, right, these game producers, you must be very familiar with these game producers. And in this quarter, in the first quarter in this year, actually for Tencent, the game revenue is 37.2 billion RMB, which is accounted for 31% of Tencent total revenue. From this, we can see game is considered as the cash cow for Tencent already. And the game is not only the segment Tencent were looking into. Tencent invested in other lifestyle segments like transportation and entertainment. So the China Uber, Didi 打车, it's a China Uber, is also under Tencent Holdings. However, game industry has passed its period of rapid growth. game business is considered as a cash cow, as I mentioned just now, and this is how the fintech sector comes in. The typical fintech product for consumers is WeChat Pay. And in the first quarter financial report, the total fintech sector contributes to the 20% of Tencent total revenue. The finance arm of Tencent is called Tencent Financial Technology, and in short, it's called FIT. It has not been an independent company yet, and you can consider FIT as a platform providing internet payment and financial services under Tencent Holdings. FIT used to be TenPay originally in 2005. It was called TenPay, and it was an online payment technology provider. Was very successful in 2009 and had 20% market share in terms of third-party payment. And we can see in the following years, actually TenPay gained a lot of official license. And because of the payment technology and the license, right, TenPay can collaborate with WeChat and QQ team to launch the payment products. The famous WeChat Pay started from that time. And in the following years, WeChat is not only a messaging product, but also an entrance of the flow into the fintech product. WeChat Red Envelope is one attractive product. Instead of using the physical envelope, people can express their greetings using WeChat, even for a very long distance. And in 2015, TenPay was changed to FIT and became the sub-business of Tencent in 2015. One more benchmark for FIT is the We Securities. You see here is a We Securities, which people can buy funds just through WeChat. And in the following development, FIT focuses on blockchain technology a lot. And the benchmark is the 2018. FIT became the first batch of the blockchain electronic invoices. So the three main categories for FIT is payment, investment, and innovative services. Good to mention, WeChat Pay is applicable in 49 countries and regions and can settle in 17 currencies and collaborate with 5 major international cross-border card organizations, including Visa and MasterCard. FIT also has very good achievement in investment part. At the end of the 2019, the number of the users of Li Cai Tong, which is the wealth management app under FIT, has exceeded 200 million users, and the amount of the funds retained has exceeded 900 billion yuan, which is equal to 118 billion. Payment and investment business, these two segments, are mainly towards the consumer side. And when it comes to the business side, blockchain is one of the key developments. FIT is now building the fundamental blockchain network for different businesses to create the supply chain finance surrounding FIT. So FIT want to become the co-enterprises of the upstreaming and the downstreaming. Basically, it's a whole system. When we talk about Tencent's next step, first of all, we cannot ignore its entertainment business. So the entertainment business includes music, video, gaming, and other lifestyle aspects, and is still the core business for Tencent. Tencent is now holding a lot of high quality IP, and the one thing Tencent needs to think about is how to create the high quality content based on those IPs, intellectual properties, yeah. And the game sectors I would like to mention is the game sectors, the cash cow for Tencent, actually continue to expand. And I would like to say Tencent is really, really, really smart and completes the last piece of its gaming ecosystem. As I introduced before, Tencent has already been leading on PC and mobile games in China market and invested a lot in the famous game studios globally. However, with a growing trend in the esports match, so live gaming streaming business is booming in China. So this Huya and Douyu are the two biggest companies in the live game streaming in China. And just last night, these two companies declared a merge. Finally, Tencent will hold 67.5% of the voting shares of the new company, which means Tencent can totally control the new merged company, and Tencent will become dominant in the live game streaming industry in China. Other than the entertainment, FIT will continue to grow its business and build the FIT faster. But you can see here, actually it's a missing part. Obviously, there will be something here, right? So anyone can guess what is the next strategic direction should be included in Tencent Holdings? Anyone can guess? Yeah, I can give you some hints. It is regarding the overseas expansion, especially in Singapore and Southeast Asia. I saw someone say digital banking. Actually, it's in digital banking, online shopping. Yeah, quite close. Quite close. Yes. Move to SG. Okay, so the things I would like to mention here, right? I know, I believe a lot of you know this. It's C Group. Yeah, Tencent now is holding the 33.4% of C Group and thus support the gaming, e-commerce, and digital banking sector under this C Group. What Tencent is doing? So Tencent is taking the advantage of its own technology skills and its experience in these sectors in China and apply the technology and experiences to the overseas high-growing markets like Singapore, like Indonesia, and like a lot of countries in Southeast Asia. So we can see Tencent have a very ambitious picture. Okay, so from the analysis provided by our Phillip Equity Research team, there is a strong conviction actually that Tencent made lower lows towards the support zone in the short-term time period, and the support zone at Hong Kong dollar 500 region has been tested many times. You see here, test 1, test 2, test 3, test many times at this support zone. Therefore, the support zone may be weakening. And last Friday, we saw the price fail to close above Hong Kong dollar 550. However, yesterday, Tencent closed at 557 Hong Kong dollar, trying to pass this resistance zone. So tomorrow, the stock performance is quite critical. If the price fail to close above 550 again, it may be a sign of a lower low. So tomorrow, the performance of Tencent, Hong Kong Tencent stock price is quite critical. So you can pay attention to the tomorrow chart. Yeah, you see, support zone, resistance zone, test a lot of times. So the more times you test, it will weakening more on the support zone. So if tomorrow Tencent can have a very strong energy to pass this resistance zone, then it will be good lah. But if cannot, if close under if close under 550, right, it may test again, lor. Yeah. Okay, so the last counter I would like to mention about is Meituan. I'm not really sure if you guys heard about this company, because it is a very big counter in China, but Meituan didn't expand its business overseas. But Meituan is a very, very new internet company. I consider it's a very young company lah. So Meituan started by offering group buying discount. So it's like Groupon in 2010. And then at that time, Groupon model is like new lifestyle model in China. And then later, Meituan expanded into the delivery sector and transferred into a online to offline local life services platform. So on Meituan app, you can either order food, you can buy movie tickets, and you can do a lot of other things. And later, Meituan actually combined with 大众点评, is one of the major competitors, and became the top leader in this industry in China. So after they merged together, right, the name Meituan was changed the name to Meituan Dianping. But this year, they changed the name again. They changed the name from Meituan Dianping to Meituan. Yeah, so now we all call it as Meituan. And in 2015, Meituan officially announced its plan to enter fintech industries. I would like to mention that also the company is very young. It is the third largest internet company in China. And most, it do not support Alipay. Yeah, they have this courage to not support Alipay. So in the following 4 years after 2015, Meituan's financial business has successfully formed a business model based on payment and the online loan, like small loan. I would like to say Meituan is considered as a relatively new participant in this fintech area. And I just want to ask you guys a question. So based on the development history of Meituan, right? What do you think is the advantage for Meituan to do the fintech? So based on the introduction of I made just now about Meituan, the history, right? What is the advantage for Meituan to enter into fintech industry? Because a lot of people may think Meituan is still young, but they move very fast. Yeah. Okay, I saw someone say they shouldn't diversify into fintech. Yeah. SME is a growing market. Yeah, okay. Okay, so actually the advantage of Meituan, right, is to provide local service by providing the local life services. They compare to their BN, their CN group. So it's their customers group. It's very, very large. So Meituan can directly obtain user qualifications through the credit system and through the data they gain from their customers and give users different credit lines. This is how they do for their to to customer online small loan. Because people all use Meituan as a lifestyle app, so Meituan is able to generate enough data to assess their credit limit. However, I would like to say, right, because the company is very young, so while Meituan started to make obvious efforts on the C side to customer side, the financial business on the B side actually is facing a dilemma. The product launched by Meituan on the BN, launched for the business, is called business loan, which is aimed at various small and medium-sized merchants on the Meituan delivery platform. So Meituan will provide the funds decoration or working capital needed for the small or medium-sized merchants to open new stores. However, there is no advantage for Meituan for the B-end customer group because the financial business for the merchants can only be based on the appearance data of the merchants' monthly turnover as a reference. So basically, they don't have a very in-depth data from business side. As because of the lack in the data, Meituan actually cannot evaluate the merchant's loan repayment ability very accurate. How to solve this? How to solve this dilemma? So here comes a super app strategy. Just now I mentioned like financial inclusion and the supply chain finance, right? What Meituan is doing now is supply chain finance. Meituan is now working towards a one-stop platform for all lifestyle aspects. You can see the categories here. So food delivery, travel, transportation, tickets, new retailing, and these lifestyle styles includes all other aspects. So basically you can find what you need on Meituan on the app. So by creating this supply chain finance system surrounding Meituan app, Meituan can gather more data on merchants' behavior to support its to-B fintech businesses. And the stock performance is also very impressive. To be honest, it's really impressive. You can see here after this is very long bullish, yeah. And after a very long bullish, Meituan actually rebounded back into the trend line after a brief button at Hong Kong dollar 226 to 231. So you can see here. And the Monday, Meituan closed at 275.2 Hong Kong dollar. However, Meituan actually failed to break this major resistance level at Hong Kong dollar 280 lah. And the price, because of this, they don't have enough energy to surpass ma. So the price may attempt a sell down to test the support zone 1 at 2047.5 Hong Kong dollar, and maybe further down to 239.86 Hong Kong dollar with this support zone 2. And actually this support zone, right, is near the support of the primary uptrend line. So if you are holding Meituan now, right, what you can do is you can also use CFD contract for difference to hedge, because we cannot accurately predict how this price will go. So if you want to still holding this stock, actually you can open a short contract at near the resistance level. Then when it goes down, right, you still can earn money by open the short position using CFD product. So it's like a hedging strategy using CFD product. So for now, right, actually I finished all my sharings regarding these 3 main counters. So understand, somebody may wanna trade on Hong Kong market, and actually for now for Phillip Securities, we have this Cash Plus account, and the Cash Plus account is suitable for those who want to trade the foreign shares. We are now doing this promotion, 5 trades promotions. If you don't have Phillip accounts, or you are not active in using your existing Phillip accounts, you can open a new Cash Plus account, and the terms and the conditions will be shown on the official website lah. Yeah, you can go and check by yourself also. So why I would like to say the Cash Plus is Cash Plus is suitable for foreign share, because the commission fee is I would like to say for now is the lowest one. So you can see if you trade Hong Kong dollar, right, or if you trade Hong Kong shares, once you have more assets with us, you can enjoy lower commission fees. And we are now also doing this promotion for trading trading Singapore shares in Cash Plus account, and these are the commission fees example. Yeah. So just now I also mentioned like you can use CFD product to hedge your stock position, right? So CFD, we also have this 88 cash rebates for our CFD accounts. And if you want to open a CFD account and trade CFD with us, under MAS regulation, you need to pass CKA. So once you can open a CFD account online using your existing trading account, and then you need to make sure you pass CKA. So if you see after the declaration you fail the CKA, right, you can go to you can you can go to this website sips.abs.org.sg to finish the e-learning, and we can help you also pass the CKA assessment. Yeah. And the disclaimer for this webinar, I hope you guys enjoying what I am sharing. So again, my name is Wanxin, and I'm the dealer of the CFD department in the HQ dealing. Yes. So I appreciate it if you can send me some feedbacks. Maybe you also can write down what you want to know more about the Hong Kong market. So maybe in the future, I can also prepare more in terms of the Hong Kong and each different counters. Yeah. So you can, if you have more questions, you can contact me at 6812-1558, or you can also email me at sunwx@phillip.com.sg. Okay, now it's time for Q&A. Yeah. Okay, the first question let me answer. So it's Jingdong Baitel product, right? Actually, that one is considered as a function. So it's not like a credit card. So it's Jingdong Baitel collaborate with banks to create this credit card using this function. So there are a lot of banks collaborate with Jingdong Baitel. For example, it's all China credit card lah. So basically, it's like Shanghai 银行. Okay. So for Jingdong wise, right, it's like 工商银行 and the 华夏银行 in China. So you can go JDD website, then you can go and check what are the banks JDD is collaborating with lah. So I will be answer this one. Will Ant Group be included into the Hong Kong CSOP ETF Tech Index, right? So for this one, we do not, we are not sure about this, because this one need to see the announcement by the basically by the CSOP their side lah. So for us, right, it's all to wait for the official announcement. Okay, for Xiaomi wise, actually Xiaomi is also have a very high growth potential. Cause for Xiaomi, what Xiaomi is trying to do for consumers is for IoT, Internet of Things, like smart home, smart city. This is one of the main aspects Xiaomi is going to lah. And also we see a lot of news like Xiaomi is collaborating with government to build this smart city. So for me, right, Xiaomi is also I stay very positive on this counter. I stay quite positive on this counter if you want to hold in a long time. Okay, so for Tencent, right? For Tencent price, actually, I would like to say, because as I mentioned just now, this is a fluctuation zone. So here is a resistance, here is a support. So what my strategy is, you try to average your holding cost. So for example, right, if tomorrow it closed under 550, then you can wait until the price near the support zone, then you can invest partially in the Tencent. Then if after reach the support zone and break the support zone, then you can wait until price drop to this strong support position, then enter again. So in this case, you can actually you average your holding cost, then you can hold for quite long time lah. So for now, I will answer the holding this one. I'm holding 99AA. Need to hold it until launch or make profit. So actually, it's depending. It depends on your investment goal. So if you foresee Alibaba, you foresee Alibaba has a high growth potential, and you have the holding power to hold it for a quite long time. Like I would like to say like half year, 1 year should be a quite long time, and even longer. Yeah, then actually you can just hold it until that time. And in the perspective that you think Alibaba has a high growth potential. But if you just want a very short-term capital gain, then once the price reach your target price, for example, if you just want to earn like 15% or 20% on the Alibaba investment, then once you reach the level, then you can just sell. So if you want to trade in CFD, right? If you want to trade in CFD, actually on our official website we have several education webinar on the CFD product and how to trade on CFD. Basically, it's a CFD trading strategy. So for those who would like to try CFD, you can go to our official website and learn from there. Thank you. So I believe a lot of people may have the similar concerns because, for example, for Alibaba, for JD, they both listed on Hong Kong and the US. And I know a lot of people may wonder what is the major differences, major differences between the Hong Kong and trading in Hong Kong and trading in US. So there are several risks. The major difference is for different market actually is the market participants, how the market participants perceive the company. So for example, right, if you trade in Hong Kong, then maybe it's more like Chinese and the Eastern country people. They will trade in Hong Kong, and for some, right, they will have their own opinions. But for US, mostly people trade in US are Western countries like US and even the Canada like this, right? If they trade in US, then the price, US price, will reflect their perception on the company. So I would like to say the first thing you need to concern is how do we see the two type of the, it's not two type lah, two, how do you see the different part of the world to view JD.com? So personally, I feel for JD.com, right? JD.com, the news can spread very fast within Asia area. So it's in China, it's in China, China mainland, in China, Hong Kong, and even in Southeast Asia. So we can get the news ma. So the price normally reflect the fundamental. Yeah, of course, the price also will reflect the information and the news. So for JD.com, Hong Kong market would be reflect the news faster, I would like to say. But Alibaba is different because for Alibaba, actually the news can spread around the world very fast. So for US wise, for US and Hong Kong, their price reflection speed will be roughly the same lah. And the second thing you need to consider about is the currency. Yeah, so if you think US currency and the Hong Kong, how the US currency and the Hong Kong currency will go, then you decide your which market you wanna try lor. Okay, then I put my I put my contact details here lah. So maybe if you have questions and I really appreciate it if you can fill in the feedback, then I can prepare for the for some other things in the future. Actually, I saw a lot of people wanna know wanna know clear about the support level and the resistance level for these three stocks, right? So I will emphasize again for these three stocks. So first is JD.com, yeah, where the oops. So you can oh yeah okay. So you can see here the for JD.com, right, the resistance zone actually is around 320. Resistance zone is around 323. Yeah. So actually for our stocks, right, it's our stock analysis are all available on the stock BNB on the Phillip website. Yeah, so for Tencent right here, Tencent Tencent the resistance zone is around 550. Just to take note that resistance is not a certain price. It is an area, like they need to the it is a price area. So it's around 550. And the support zone actually is here. So here is a narrow one, and here is a relatively strong support here. And this is a short-term support here. And for Meituan, right, is here. So for Meituan, for the short time, it has two support zones. This one is 247.5, and this one is 239.86, all in Hong Kong dollar. And the resistance top actually is 280.36. Yeah. So for the stock analysis, you guys can go stock BNB, Phillip website. Then you can see the technical analysis.
See inside the chat.
Okay, we already share the link in the chat. The technical stock analysis link is in the chat, so you guys can click the link. Then you can see the different technical analysis for different counters lah. Not restricted to Hong Kong one, but also Singapore, US, a lot. So I saw a lot of people are very interested in Xiaomi, right? So maybe you can help me fill in this feedback. So you just state you want to know more about like Xiaomi discounter. Then next time I can talk more about discounter lah. So I saw actually some people ask about BYD. Yeah, BYD actually are very strong in their research center. So as we all know in China, like BYD, Geely, yeah, BYD, Geely, and also other like car manufacturing. There are new energy one like NIO, like Xiaopeng, right? There are also traditional one who wanna transfer into a very new energy one, like transfer into electronic uh electronic car. So personally, personal perspective, it's just a personal perspective. From what I read before, BYD actually has a very strong in the research. So I would like to say BYD can be one of the major shareholders for the transformation of the car industry in China and in China, especially in China lah. So this question is very interesting. So it seems that all three major internet players are facing strong resistance line. What factors do you think helps them to push over the line? Okay, so for JD.com, right? The first thing you need to pay attention to is their business expansion. So it's business scope. So it's what I mentioned about is JD Health. JD Health actually is now growing very fast in China, and as I mentioned in my as I mentioned before, in 2019, the revenue generated actually surpassed Ping An Doctor and Alibaba Health, which are the major competitors. So for JD Health, you and JD Health is also have the plan to IPO on Hong Kong market. So if all the process is smooth, right? With these major events happening in the future, JD.com has the chance has a relatively big chance to surpass the resistance line. And for Tencent, actually today Tencent actually because of the typhoon, Hong Kong market closed today. Otherwise, the I show you guys the just now I talk about this. Yeah, just now I talk about this merge. So the Hong Kong market closed. Cause this news actually released yesterday night. So once this released, right, the market get really get a huge hit. It is a very huge topic in the market in China and as well as in Hong Kong. Cause for Tencent's game ecosystem, this is legit like the last piece of the puzzle. So Tencent now is dominant in China in the gaming industry, and this last step actually helped Tencent to make their gaming business stronger. Yeah. So for this, right, I would like to say if this merge deal become very smooth and finally the deal is successful in the end, Tencent may face a may face a boom in the short term in terms of the stock price. But for Meituan wise, actually, Meituan now is in a critical time. So Meituan, what Meituan need to do is to faster. How can I express that? So it's to faster transfer its business scope. As I mentioned, Meituan is going to do supply chain finance. However, their process is not really very fluent and smooth. So for now, Meituan so for Meituan, right, as we see for Meituan, it had a very long time bullish. So for Meituan, it still need times for it to break the resistance lah. Yeah, this is my personal opinions. So I also saw some questions about US stocks, US counters, right? So for those who are interested in the US election, you can find the link in the chat so you can understand more about the US election lah. Okay, for other tech counters like NetEase, China Literature, Ping An Good Doctor, Alibaba Health, and CA Online, right? I cannot go into a very specific details, and I will take down the counters and discuss. Maybe can discuss in the future. But the thing is, right, for gaming, and NetEase actually is more toward their one of the main business more towards gaming. And I would like to say for NetEase is it is the only competitor that Tencent may consider lah. But NetEase focus on a lot on the game producer. So for NetEase, actually NetEase face a lot of like NetEase face a very may face a very difficult time in the future. Yeah, China Literature has a lot of IP, intellectual property. Yeah, so it's quite, for me, it's personally it's quite okay. And the Ping An Good Doctor, actually Ping An Good Doctor I mentioned in the Alibaba, but not JD Health, right? So Ping An Good Doctor is also a new try for like insurance company to hold this digital, to put all the things digitally. So Ping An Good Doctor has a similar business model as JD Health. So what they need to compete is their what JD Health, Ping An Doctor, and Alibaba Health need to do actually is their volume, is their traffic. They need to try to put like health system ecosystem online, all the health system online, and they need to gather users. Yes. So for detail wise, right, I think now I cannot, because of the time limit, I cannot talk more about this this all counters. So I will take note of this, then in the future I may discuss about them lah. Thank you. Okay.
Okay, there's one more question, last question.
Okay.
Yeah, but
so I will choose one more last questions. Let me see. So I saw a question. 对于人民币全球化如何看待? So it's RMB globalization, right? So for RMB, there's a one very hot topic is the digital RMB, which is issued by China government, which is issued by China government using blockchain technology. And I would like to say that this step actually helped to globalization RMB, because if you put the currency on digital network, especially on blockchain, actually it's easy to access, and also it's relatively safe in terms of using blockchain technology lah. Yeah. But the thing is, because of the political, I would like to say some political issues, right? We cannot say RMB will become globalization. I would like to say the concept of regionalization. So it's within certain region. Actually, RMB has a chance to flow into more situations. But for globalizations, is there are a lot of other factors like political issues lah. So but RMB, I think for people who are interested in RMB, you can go and check the digital currency issued by China government, and it's very interesting because for China government, they start to study blockchain technology in 2014, and it's really early. Then this year 2020, they issue this one. Actually, the digital currency is it can be considered as a competitor to the third party payment. Yeah, because for third party payment, money is still money, it's not digital currency. But now what government is put all the currencies on the blockchain, so it's different. So for more information, I think you can go and check online, and the RMB globalization may be, but the first step to do is to do regionalization. Yeah. So for today, thank you for your attending, and I'm really appreciate you are with me through this whole journey. I hope my sharing can bring you some thoughts in terms of these three counters, or even inspire your interest in the Hong Kong and the China economy lah. So last but not least, if you didn't fill in the feedback, please help me to fill in the feedback so I can have more understanding about what you guys are interested in, and I can prepare in the future webinar. Yeah, thank you. Have a good night.